Would prohibit public libraries from displaying what's characterized as explicit sexual material.
Objectionable materials would include content that shows or describes sexual activity, human genitals after puberty, sadomasochistic abuse, and more. The bill would apply to schools and libraries, but not to colleges, universities, museums, or art galleries. The bills need one more round in the House before they're sent to the governor for his consideration.
Also on your fast track, imagine having a medical or a family emergency and then having to worry about calling out of work because your employer does not offer sick leave. That's the reality for hundreds of thousands of people in Minnesota. At the state capitol, lawmakers are looking at a plan that would mandate paid leave to nearly all state residents.
This measure is aimed at the roughly 1/3 whose employers don't already give them time off when they're ill. One lawmaker says that translates into about 900,000 workers. Employees would be guaranteed 1 hour of paid earned sick and safe time for every 30 hours worked, and they could keep up to 48 hours per year.
Business groups oppose that legislation, calling it an unfunded mandate for employers at a time when they're already stressed by workforce shortages, inflation, supply chain challenges, and high tax and regulatory burdens.
Time now for a look at our fast track forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green. We have a beautiful sunrise.
Yeah, we're starting the day off right here in the southern end of the valley at least. Fargo's got this gorgeous orange glow as that sun is coming up. And you can see the crescent moon as well rising over that southeastern horizon. So nice and quiet and clear and beautiful here in the FM area. The one thing that's not so quiet is the wind. That's starting to pick up. We've got a gust to 24 miles per hour out of the south. So it's warming us up. But again, with temperatures as low as they are, there is a wind chill factor. So our current temperature is 1 below, but it feels more like 22 below right now in Fargo. So again, a morning to bundle up. And in Grand Forks, we're looking at similar situation. Temperatures rising overnight. We're now at 1 degree in Grand Forks. It feels, though, like we're 22 degrees below zero with that wind gusting to 30 miles per hour. That's also going to be a factor for patchy blowing and drifting snow as those winds are picking up and gusting over 30 here today. And there may be some issues with low visibility because of the potential for snow up in the northern valley. Here's a look at the radar. You can see some blue on the map advancing north of Highway 2, moving to the east and northeastern North Dakota. And that's been developing over the last couple of hours and is basically going to make its way along the northern tier of the valley here through the morning. So watch out for some patchy areas of light snow. In addition to the blowing snow there, it's a little quieter as far as precipitation is concerned in the south. Let's take a look at our planner for today. In Fargo, it's going to be more sunny in the southern end of the valley, including Fargo, with more clouds building in toward the afternoon. Temperature of 30 degrees this afternoon, so nice and mild. But again, keep in mind that wind out of the south or southwest will be in the teens and 20s with those gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour into this evening before easing up. Now, we're entering an active pattern. So today we're seeing a few flakes flying up in the northern valley because of a quick clipper moving by, and we'll see more of that into the weekend. So don't be surprised if you see a passing light snow shower or just some flurries Saturday, and especially into Sunday night and into Monday for President's Day, a chance for some light snow. We're watching a bigger system for midweek and beyond into next week. So yes, getting more active here, but we're also warming up today too.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
And compared to yesterday, today, and then on President's Day or beyond that, huge swings in temperatures too here.
Yeah, we're going to be up and down. And, you know, 30 looks good here on our 7-day planner for today, but just know that it's not going to quite feel like that when we factor in the wind.
Okay, a good heads up. Lisa, thank you.
Tow truck drivers in our area worked for nearly 2 full days after this week's blizzard to pull hundreds of stranded vehicles out of the way for cleanup efforts. But several people called in to our whistleblower hotline, all upset about their vehicles being towed and then having to pay for it.
Many drivers told us they thought they left their vehicles in a safe spot only to find them towed away. North Dakota law allows a vehicle to be on the side of the road for 48 hours before being towed. In Minnesota, it's 24 hours. However, that all changes during weather events like the one that started on Tuesday night. Bond is now set at $10,000 for a Jamestown teacher facing several drug-related charges. Police say a search warrant was executed at the home of 45-year-old Amy Tarnow on Tuesday morning, where officers found LSD, 30 grams of meth, 17 grams of marijuana, several THC edibles, and prescription drugs.
Cash and drug paraphernalia were also found, including pipes and a scale. She's a business education teacher at Jamestown High School, but is now on administrative leave. A woman's now been charged with an assault last fall in Moorhead. Court documents say police were called to a home last October. That's where they found a woman with blood dripping from her face.
She said she had been hit with a metal bar. 41-year-old Cindy Bellinger was then arrested earlier this month. If convicted, she faces up to 10 years in prison. Hospitals can be a daunting place, especially for children. That's why Essentia Health in Fargo is adding something new to make that experience a little less scary and a lot more fun for both the parents and their kids.
Yeah, pediatric patients now get to ride to the operating room in toy cars. Staff says they're a big help when it comes time to separate the kids from their parents. You see them rolling on by there. Something a Moorhead mother experienced firsthand when her 7-year-old had to get his tonsils taken out.
That was really helpful because by that point my heart was pounding pretty good. And so just knowing that they took the steps to go above and beyond just made me feel so much better.
Now, the cars are only used for patients ages 2 to 9, so I'm out of luck, but kids can drive them themselves or the staff can operate them with a remote control.
Well, listen to this. There's been a renewed interest in this form of exercise. It's not new. We're talking about Pilates and how it's making a comeback.
And the Valley Today's Nashay Taylor joins us live this morning with more on why Pilates is becoming so popular again. Good morning, Nashay.
I think I'm kind of understanding why people are so hyped up about Pilates now. I guess with this new generation, folks are like, oh, let's get into it. But good morning to you both, Jordan and Ashlyn. Right now, I am at the Studio Wellness Collective, and I'm joined by the founder, Catherine Costello. Thank you so much, Catherine, for joining us. First, let's get into this little exercise that we're going to do. Tell me a little bit about how to get into it.
This one is called Mermaid, and it's a great stretch. So we're going to bring the left arm up. We're going to press out with the right and do a stretch over, stretching the side body, and then up and over to the other side.
Okay.
So you get your workout and your stretching all at the same time.
Great. So quickly, tell us how, the difference between doing it on this machine. It's called a reformer, right?
Right,
Compared to doing it on a mat.
Well, you can imagine if you were on a mat, you wouldn't be able to get to move like this. So you're really stationary on the mat. And on the reformer, you get to move quite a bit around the equipment. And personally, I love the reformer as it's my favorite workout for sure.
Well, I can agree because when I see it on TikTok, I always think, it's so cool. And it's like, here we are. All right, talk a little bit about, the benefits of doing it.
The benefits of Pilates are numerous, but I'll say core strength. We all want core strength. And mostly it's because of the back. We want to not have back pain. So we have to have this core strength, and that's what Pilates does. It works the core, it works the back, so that your body can feel easy and you can move with flow and grace throughout your day doing any of your other activities. That's what I love about it.
All right, and you were also mentioning that, there's that body and soul connection to it, right? Quickly tell us about that.
Yeah, well, everybody's talking about meditation and the mind-body connection. And when you're doing Pilates, you can't be doing anything else. So your mind and your body and your spirit are fully connected and in harmony. And that's a moment of peace and tranquility that we don't usually get during our day.
All right, well, it's very peaceful and tranquil inside the studio here. I can say that for sure. But thank you so much, Catherine. She's going to be joining us in the 7 o'clock hour, so stay tuned for what else she's going to show us here at her studio. Reporting live in Fargo, Nashay Taylor, Valley News Live.
So do we join in now too? Have we been influenced?
Yeah, when we were in the break, we were both doing it, and it's a pretty good thing to get your day started.
Why not? Yeah, thanks for showing off. It looks like fun. We do know it is a tough workout though.
And thank you for joining us here on the Valley today. We hope you have a wonderful Friday and a safe weekend.
Take care, everybody.